Very good evening, friends. This side Rahul Magan here as a Group Chief Executive Officer, Treasury Consulting, and also a venture capitalist. Standing on 21st November 2020, I am going to be shooting a yet another interesting video about Vodafone. We really need to understand that Vodafone is really trying very hard to stay afloat, and this is definitely a good news. And in fact, when our media was painting a negative image of Vodafone, I was very bullish on Vodafone. And now, thanks to Supreme Court, that they got 10 years to pay, I'm sure that they would be able to pay whatever 50,000 they need to pay to the Department of Telecommunication in another 10 years. But in the tough times, helping hand is always required. And I think Vodafone is getting helping hand. Oaktree Capital and Vade is planning to offer around or in talks to offer around 2 to 2.5 billion US dollars to the telecom operators, to telecom operator Vodafone. We all understand that Vodafone wanted to raise the convertibles in Indian market, whereby around 25% can be converted into equity or not. And this convertible plus the share sale, as we speak, Vodafone is around 10 rupees, 10.50. If Oaktree Capital and Vade will pump between 2 to 2.5 billion dollars in Vodafone, then I think this would be a very helping hand, a kind of white knight to Vodafone. I'm not sure whether Vodafone would be bidding for 5G or not. I'm really not sure. And standing today, it is very difficult to comment whether Vodafone would be going ahead with 5G as of now, to be honest. But having said that, this 2 to 2.5 billion dollar is sufficient enough to cover 2G and 4G operations for the time being. And of course, with the passage of time, Vodafone would be launching new products, gaining new customers, and they're also trying very hard, by the way, as far as the broadband is concerned, to be honest. Let's see how things shape up. But as of now, the news is really good and helpful that Oaktree and Vade is offering around between 2 to 2.5. Although certainty level in such deals is really tough to predict. There are times when these deals go without any issue. There are times these deals might not materialize because of some structural related issues. But anyways, time will tell. But as of now, things are definitely conducive for Vodafone. On the other hand, things started moving good for Bharti also. Bharti, whose share price was around 387, now it is around 100 rupees up and very closer to 500 rupees. And in fact, when Bharti was at 387, I was bullish on Bharti. Now Bharti is very closer to 500. I am bullish on Bharti because I feel that in the tough times when Jio was like very predatory, Bharti did really very well. Bharti stood up to the occasions. Of course, at that point of time, both Vodafone and Bharti paid a hefty price for that, hefty price of this competition. But they stood, and end result, they are really in the game. To be very honest, let's see how this shape ups. But one more important thing is that foreign institutional investors are very conducive to Indian market now. Maybe because Mr. Modi, Prime Minister Mr. Modi invited, the institutional investors to come and invest. PM sir always continue to invite the American companies to come and invest in India. PM sir also launched a program which is PLI, and I think many corporates are offering to that, which is good news, good vision. And more importantly, uh, if Biden will continue to his tax policies, which is definitely not as conducive as it was when Trump, was there as president, though Trump is still as a president, but still 62 days left for the official transition to Biden team, then I think the huge amount of money will definitely come in the Indian market. And if this money will come in Indian market, of course, Reliance would be a beneficiary, and apart from that, many other companies would be end up as a beneficiary. Telecom sector would definitely be on the radar of venture capitalist firm because telecom is a long-term business. Rather, I should not say long-term business. Telecom is a must business because today humanity cannot live without telecom. We cannot live without our mobile phones, internet, broadband, Wi-Fi, and because of COVID-19, the dependency of humanity on the IT architecture is way beyond what it was before COVID 2019. Whether it would continue to be really difficult to comment, but I think Indian telecom sector is really interesting sector in another few months from here. Treasury Consulting is continue to looking this sector in a very detailed manner. We are long in Bharti, we are long in Vodafone. In fact, we were the first company when we said that Vodafone would turn out to be 13 when it was 1.90 and almost ignored by Hindi media. We are long in Vodafone, and I think Vodafone having a great potential. Of course, the destination is really not easy. It's a tough destination, but I think that Vodafone having credentials, the way they shown earlier to reach to that destination. And with the help of White Knights and people like Oak Tree, Vade, maybe more in near future, Vodafone would be able to travel that. We are long in Vodafone, and we would continue to be long in Vodafone, and we definitely looking at each and every news coming in the public domain about the telecom sector. This is Rahul from Treasury Consulting. You know our WhatsApp 9818485155. Before to close, Treasury Consulting is extremely pleased to announce the FNO desk, which is Future and Option Desk, which is dedicatedly to the future and options, not only of Indian indices but of majority of the indices across the globe. This FNO desk is all set to start 1st December 2020. More importantly, we are launching a YouTube series covering FNO on our YouTube channel, but don't expect every stock would be covered in that. But we are starting this series. Have a great time, sir.